Before we take a look at these questions at the bottom here, I just want to run through how I use an analogy for negative and positive numbers. I think of negative numbers as negative people and positive numbers as positive people. So looking at this question here, it's basically saying if we've got 4 negative people, so we start down here, and it's pretty negative because we start in the negativity section of -4, and then we bring in 3 positive happy people, the mood has to change, so it gets happier. So we have to start from -4 and jump 3 to the right. 1, 2, 3. The answer is -1. This one here, we have a positive situation, but it's going to end up negative because we've got 1 happy person here, okay, and then we're going to take off 3 happy people, so it has to go negative. Now I know that sounds really weird because we've got 1 and we're taking away 3. So we start with 1 happy person, and it's going to end up going down in the dumps a bit. We're going negative, so we're taking off 3 happy people. 1, 2, 3. We end up with a sad situation of -2, so 2 negative people. This one here, we start negative, okay, and we are going to go even more negative because we're taking away happy, good people. So -2, we're down in the dumps, and now we're even going to go further in the dumps because we're going to take off 3 positive things, 3 positive people. So we start -2 and we jump to the left 3. 1, 2, 3. So now it's even more negative. So the mood's really gotten low. In this question here, we start off negative, but actually, even though it looks like we're going to go negative, we actually end up positive. So we start down in the dumps with 4 sad people, and then we're going to take off negativity now. So we have to go positive. So every time you take off negative behavior or negative attitude in this analogy, you have to be in a better position. So you're going positive. So we start at -4, and we're going to take off 6 negative people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we end up with positivity with 2 happy people. And the last one over here on the right, we're going to start with a -1. So we're not going so well to begin with. We're still in the unhappy section. And then we're going to add on negativity this time. So over here we took it off. Now we're going to add on negativity. So we start at -1, and we're going to add on some 2 unhappy people. 1, 2. We end up with -3, so now we are even worse off than when we started. So if you just look at it as people or behaviors, negative and positive, and you look at what it's asking you to do, where you start, what you add or subtract, if it's positive or negative, if you run that story through your head, you're going to find this much easier to achieve the correct answer. Now, when you do use your calculator for negative and positive numbers, you have to remember that this little magic button is going to help you write a negative number. So if you have to write -2, you punch this into your calculator and then the number 2, and then do as you would for any remaining parts of the question.